after Harambe's death, that was often seen as the downfall of society. For me, it was a great couple of years.
Not since the Roman fell.
Not since the fall of Rome. Had we had a fall so great.
No, but Liam. The problem is, like, Harambe, he was the foundation of America, okay?
What?
He supported the foundations of what we stood for as a country. Salutations. Welcome back to another episode of the Couch Gambit podcast. As Liam and Jacob are making sweet, sweet love and Mikey's playing Pokemon, I'm here to introduce this episode. Really, we're going to be talking about how awesome some eras are, how awful some are. This one, currently, the one from 2020 to 2024 almost, Happy New Year's. But yeah, the post-COVID era. We're also going to be talking about post-Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe.
The real G.
I miss him so much.
G meaning
I know
gorilla.
Mikey doesn't miss Harambe.
It's so deep. That's where it came from. The real G. It's not goat. It's gorilla.
Anyways.
This is real conspiracy theory
Anyways. We will also, of course, be talking about the kind of like late 2010s to 2015. Back when we were in high school, those were simpler times.
Back when we were going through puberty.
Back when we were dumb children.
Back when I peaked.
Back when I peaked, honestly. I used to actually be a pretty good looking guy.
Eight-pack set of abs, dude.
I don't know about the abs part,
shredded.
but I was a good looking guy back in the day. Let me stop gushing about me. And then of course, this is probably my favorite era. 2000s to 2010, from a perspective of some of the shows I watched as a kid and the video games. Oh yes. God, those were some good times. But really, that's the conversation. I think we're going to start with the worst era right now, which is post-COVID. I think that's what we're starting with.
And Happy New Year, everybody.
I already said that.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, Happy New Year.
Attention.
Now
He's stuck in 2023.
I'm stuck in 2020.
We're stuck in 2023. We're stuck in the past, guys.
We are currently stuck in 2023. This is filmed 2 weeks prior.
This is true. And roll that intro.
Oh, man. Come on.
I hate it here.
I kid.
We're not there yet, Mike.
I know.
There.
But yeah, no, so post-COVID has proven to be rather vile, I must say. It's awful from all across the board.
I mean, to be fair, this is like the white girl basic thing where they'll get on TikTok and it's like, I just broke up with my boyfriend, or I did something bad in my life, something's going wrong, and then they'll cry about it, and then they'll post it on TikTok, and then they'll immediately turn on Netflix. Yeah, it's not great over here, but it's definitely better than post. Imagine if all this crap was going on and we had a civil war going on, and instead of air conditioning, we had the heat, and instead of guns, we had muskets, and instead of all that stuff, we still had slaves.
I mean, we're not talking about those eras, but
we're not going that far.
Actually,
I'm not that nostalgic. All right.
Fun facts.
Okay, go on.
There is more slavery nowadays than there ever has been in history.
Part of that is wage slaves.
Well, part of that is sex slavery. Yeah. So. Dark fact number 1 for this episode.
Alrighty,
Tune in.
fantastic.
And if you want to get more dark facts, subscribe to our OnlyFans. Sorry.
Fantastic.
Sorry, Liam.
Speaking of sex slavery.
Our OnlyFans is actually just all 4 of us. It's only men's.
we started it, and we're all just like each other's slaves, so it just works out that way.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you want to take it to that degree? I will.
I regret everything.
Oh my gosh.
FBI,
So anyway,
hold up.
we're gonna start and jump right back on the topic. Everybody is kind of in agreement that 2020 to 2024 just has shaped up to be a pretty terrible era. Well, I mean, all things considered, you had 2020 come along, you had a virus come along that basically influenced the government to keep you inside of your house and wear a mask everywhere you go and not socialize with people. And then after that era was over, there's just you immediately get hit with mass inflation across the board. And it doesn't matter. And people, not to mention, people are making more money nowadays than they've ever made, and it's basically worthless.
True.
We've had 2 wars happen in the span of 3 years.
Yeah.
And just a whole list of other shit. So, Michael, from your perspective, both personal and just worldwide, what is your view on how the era has shaped up to be?
I mean, it's pretty vile. It's awful. I mean, like, kind of going back to like people are making more money than they have like before. I mean, here's a really good example actually. I remember, when I was at James Wood, I had I had a paycheck that was like $9,000, and it did not feel as impactful as what $9,000 would have felt like 20 years ago. Because like my mom, she would tell me what $9,000 would get you back in her day. Quite a fucking lot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. $9,000 now, holy shit. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't spend it all in 1 month. I'm not saying that. But I don't know. It doesn't get you as far as you would think. So inflation is truly an ass kicking. And all the things I love in the world that are TV shows, movies, video games are also just terrible. I can't justify spending $60 on a video game anymore.
With every single movie having to make some kind of a political point, no matter what the genre is. And it's not even well done. It doesn't play any significant part of the plot, which I'm not saying that would excuse it. That was my phone. Sorry about that. I'm not saying that would excuse it. But come on. I mean, it's just like the most random scenes in these films.
Liam, don't you know that women are strong?
No, they're not.
But Liam, Black Lives Matter. I want to see where you go with this.
We're going to put me in a trap now.
Look, women have a different form of strength. Now, is it physical? No.
Is
They're
it
great
mental?
baby makers.
No. Is it emotional? No.
I mean, look.
Subscribe to OnlyMans.
Honestly, you know what? If you think about it, in any relationship, honestly, guys might be the more they can be the more emotional. I think sometimes, or maybe intimate. They can be more. They're more romantic. That's what I'm looking for.
I can actually.
Guys are way more romantic. But you make children.
On average, y'all are more attractive than most of us.
Gosh, men are ugly.
It's true.
So,
there's not a guy in here that looks
that.
good. Charles,
Keanu Reeves is beautiful.
What?
Would you have sex with Keanu Reeves?
No, I'm not gay.
Okay, there we go.
But Keanu Reeves is a beautiful man. Spiritually, physically, I love that man.
Emotionally?
Sexually.
Yeah.
Sexually.
Sexually. Yeah, but no. Anyways, look, I'm comfortable with my sexuality, all right?
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like me to tickle his pickle. Keanu Reeves, get over here.
No, but yeah, so, but this era is just overall just the worst one I've had the displeasure of living through.
I think for us, it's the worst generation. But for generations beyond, I can see the problems that previous generations have with our generation. Like the old guys are like, y'all didn't work for this, y'all didn't do this. But
yeah.
I mean, looking at the struggles that they had versus what we had, it is different.
Sure.
There's a lot of old guys that say just get a job, be consistent at a job, you'll be good to go. And but your house costs an acorn back in the day, and our house costs 16 mortgages. We have to have roommates to afford an apartment. So
part of it is that the older generation in a way have failed the newer generation, but people in our generation have also failed themselves, right? It's not, the blame cannot be shifted all to just one generation.
No, it
okay?
can't. Yeah.
And this is one of the few points where I can actually kind of sympathize especially since I am among that generation. I can sympathize with people that may be on the other side of the aisle when some people just look at them and say, "Hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps." It's like, yes, but it doesn't. I keep making more money, and it doesn't amount to anything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save, but saving harder nowadays because I'm having to spend all my money in all these places, and I don't have the room to save.
Yeah, it's
so
like
I can get that. Now you can always save something. I'm never gonna say that it's just hopeless, but it is a lot harder to save the amount of money that you would wish to save nowadays.
it's like, do I get gas or do I get food? I feel like that's a genuine decision that a lot of people kind of have to make.
Oh, the good thing right now is that gas is at least at this very moment, it's not awful.
It's tolerable.
It's tolerable. I can tolerate like 270.
270 right now.
I can tolerate that. That
when it cuts like at least in Texas, did they get to the $4 range at one point?
They have never gotten to the
Higher than
$4 range that I believe in Texas.
No,
I might be
it got to the
thinking
high. It got to like mid threes or like high.
I could have
threes.
sworn it got like really high.
It never got. I mean, I don't think it got that high. In other states, it got really high.
I mean, I know in
what was, like,
Vegas,
California?
I think it got up to $8. Yeah. Yeah. California was crazy.
I was gonna say Stefan. That's 8.
I can see Charles
Damn.
shaking his knee over here. You have something to add?
Oh no! Well, I mean, so it's frustrating because you see it from both ends, and the other annoying part is you always only see the extremes. Like those are always the loudest ones, and so what's frustrating to watch are people who go into the workforce in our generation and they completely buck the integrity of the workers' mentality. Where you go in and you just do what you're paid to do. I mean, if they paid you to take out the trash, you take out the trash. I mean, that's the end of it. You're there to do a job, and they call you a wage cuck for
A wage slave.
well, a wage slave, a wage
Yeah.
cuck. I mean, it's for doing a job that brings in money. They completely buck the idea of working your way up, and it's just it's annoying because it's just a complete denial of the way that the world just works. Is
it an all-time high now of remote jobs now?
Oh yeah.
No, seriously, like after I decided to stop working at a locksmith company, when I was trying to find work, man, it was either one of two things that you will find on job sites. It was sales jobs or work from home jobs, which either did not pay very well, or some of them would even ask you to still have a bachelor's degree for basic stuff like data entry, which blows my mind, by the way. Like any of you who are on Indeed, Glassdoor, whatever, if you're asking people to have a bachelor's degree in stuff like data entry, that's wild, man. That's wild.
You can learn that stuff
I
on
mean,
YouTube.
To be fair, I do understand the perspective that the companies are coming from. Although I do disagree with it. Their mentality is, well, if we're paying you more, you better have more certifications.
I think the experience should matter more.
Yes, the experience definitely should matter, but I could understand where companies are coming
Well, so
from.
I remember, I recall I had 3 years of data entry experience. One of the minimum requirements, I met all of them except for one, which was having a bachelor's degree. All they wanted was someone who had a bachelor's degree, a minimum of 1 year of data entry experience. And, well, granted, I don't know the full context of it. For all I know, out of the 4 candidates they wanted to hire, all 4 of them might have data entry 5+ years, 10+ years, and they had a bachelor's degree. Obviously, I can't compete with that.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't think there's going to be... Really? I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who have 5+ years of data entry experience and have a college degree who are going to settle for a $19 an hour wage.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's rather weird.
It's like the hiring rate is up, but the expectation level is pretty freaking high. Like
Yeah.
I'm on the fence because I agree with you. Like, there are a lot of people that go into the workforce and just have such a low expectation of people in the workforce. Like, you see those Starbucks workers. We talked about this a long time ago about that one that was that went online. It's like, I have an 8-hour shift, and there is so many people. It's like, get out of my face. You do the same job that most people in America do, or not most people in America, but most people in America kind of have that 8 to 9 shift, and they just have to go with it. They have to do it, and again, a lot of people suck it up and just do it. Like, that's just part of their life. That is part of our generation problem, because we've trained a bunch of wussies that think that they deserve more when they really don't. You have to get those jobs. We give you those crappy jobs because you don't know any better. Or and to be fair, some people have those jobs because they're Liam and they're poor.
Yeah, Liam is now a Starbucks employee
in a busy area, so it doesn't amount.
Yeah, good
to,
for him.
like,
Good for him.
Terrible money.
Yeah, go terrorize him in his work.
Better than car
I
sales.
will say, given the fact that I used to work a job where I was working like 12 to 15 hours a day, that definitely knocked me out of the this is too many hours mentality.
I will say, man, like, working car sales is rough, and I got offered a position to be a finance manager, actually.
Wow.
Recently. Well, it was my choice of at first, like, basically out of the options I was given, right? The ones that seemed probably the most enticing was just to continue selling cars, or actually maybe even just be a finance manager.
Yeah.
They would take me to they would like send me to finance school, which would just take me about, like, I think 2 weeks apparently.
Yeah.
Which apparently, like, being a finance manager, you can make a lot of money. Not at this place, by the way. I asked them what the pay plan was. It was awful. It was actually, for any person who's savvy in car business, usually apparently, like, average, you should expect like a $6,000 a month to $8,000 a month.
God.
Base pay.
That's base?
Base
What?
pay, right? They were only going to give me like a $4,000 base pay.
What?
And then, and the numbers, the percentages you get from profiting off of the products you sell were like 3s across the board.
Was that part of
it was not a good pay plan. I don't know much about finance, but I talked to my old finance manager and someone I know who isn't in finance now. They're like, that's terrible. Don't do it.
Well, I was about to say, like, were they doing that because you didn't have experience in that field? Like, that might be
no,
part of
no.
it.
So when they started, they had $8,000 as a base pay.
Oh, wow.
And
Good.
about
A month?
As a base pay. Not even a draw. It was just their base pay. And I was like, wow, that's you starting off?
That's sexy.
And I was like, dang. And so I decided I'm just going to stick to selling cars. Maybe. Mm-hmm. It does suck, though. For people who are like, oh, you made $9,000 in a month? Wow, that's really good for you. No. How many hours do you think I sunk into that place? And how many people did I have to talk to? It's awful. But you gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
Talking to
make
people
money.
sucks. I mean, like, okay, so if are we going to continue on this topic, or
Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay, cool.
Continue. Yeah.
So I
just went on a tangent. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good. I do agree that there is a lot of struggles that this generation has that other previous generations just don't understand. They don't understand and won't have, so they can't really relate to that. But we also have, like, we do have a lot of amenities. We do have Netflix. We do have a lot of things that other previous generations just don't have. We do have comfortable livings. Like, if you compare us to other countries, there are a lot of comfortable livings that we do have that other generations either didn't, or even other countries currently don't have right now. I mean, you can take COVID, for example. COVID sucked, yeah. Wearing a mask sucked. All that stuff sucked.
Sure.
I hated all of that. But at the end of the day, I can't really sympathize with someone that makes a little video online that asks them crying they can't go see their friends at the bar, and then they turn on Netflix right after.
So all the comforts we now have, it's really led us to living lives of decadence, right? And when you live a decadent life, that is when you become just a much weaker individual. Kind of like you.
Callback,
baby.
Doing throwback.
Roll that intro.
Roll that
No, like Mike is absolutely right on this. To an extent, our comfort has kind of led us down a path of being lazy and miserable. But I want to add it on
decadence.
to your point that
I gotta go
One of
shit.
the benefits of today's society. Oh my god! One of the benefits.
Thanks for letting us know, man. I
One of the
appreciate
few
it.
benefits of living in today's society is that you actually have a lot more ways of making money. Granted, it's going to take a lot of effort. I mean, you have e-commerce. You can make money off YouTube. You can make money doing digital marketing. We're not making money. Well, this is about to get into the caveat. There is benefits. You can make money in a bunch of different ways now that you never could before. However, it is still a very difficult pursuit.
Yes. What is it? We've made hold up. I'm going to actually look this up. How many videos have we made and how much progress have we had in our subscription? By the way, I don't know how relevant our struggle is as YouTubers, but whatever. So we have 229 subscribers. We have 87 videos in total. For me, personally, that's cool. That's the fastest growing YouTube channel I've ever had. It's still not a lot.
No, I mean, but that's pretty typical. Usually, like in somebody's first year or couple of years, it's slow, man.
Yeah.
You only catch a viral video after years of going,
Yeah.
and then finally you start making subscribers. But
We're in this for the long haul.
yeah, we'll be here for a while. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. People who hate us, how's it going? We're still here.
We've got so many topics. We've got space.
Now,
I love that guy.
And then-
I love that guy. Whoever
Yeah,
said
seriously.
that, I love
we,
you.
we talk. We make jokes, but it's hilarious. It was the first comment we ever got.
Your next
Oh,
topic
space?
should be space.
Space.
Oh.
It was great. No,
Actually,
I hope
you know what?
We
To
do
honor
hope
that-
you're still here.
How about to honor that? Our next video should be about space.
No, when we release it, when we have 1,000 subscribers,
I don't know a fucking thing about space. By
it's
the way,
space. What's there to know? It's just space.
I
final
don't know
frontier.
nothing about nothing, bro.
Just watch
Like-
Star
I know
Trek.
everything about it because it's empty.
There you go.
But what I want to kind of jump to the next point because again, we're all in general agreement that 2020 to 2024 have been awful. But I want to hear your personal experience, like personally for you, was it a good time, like in your personal life, or
You first.
was it a bad time?
Okay, so there was a lot of personal achievement. I moved up to Colorado. It was gorgeous, and with COVID and everything being shut down, it was great. I went hiking and camping and had a great time. There was nobody out. Everybody was too scared to come up next to you. And it was hilarious, dude. You know what my favorite thing was? You'd go hiking and people would put on a mask as they walked by you.
Gosh.
There was the lady who yelled at me because I went up the wrong aisle at Walmart. That was fun.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that one. I remember that
that was a
topic.
good one. I don't know, man. I mean, it was. Yeah, I had a pretty good time, but I was also like living, like I was doing shit completely on my own. They were running like underground tournaments in Colorado and stuff like that. That was, I don't know. It was fun.
These
It
underground
was
tournaments
different.
were pool, by the way. Right?
Please don't be throwing that out there. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it was.
They're gonna probably think it's like some
Statute of
kind of something for
limitations
our
is
OnlyFans,
over.
by the way. That's online if you want to subscribe.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna keep linking that, I guess. That's my thing now.
We gotta make it now. Like,
We won't.
like this. And
Oh
with
my
the amount of
gosh.
times we've mentioned it, it can't be a joke anymore.
I've said it on 3 podcasts so far. I'll link it below. No, you're gonna wake up tomorrow. You're gonna in for a surprise.
I'm gonna be like,
It's just gonna be
oh.
a bunch of pictures of beards.
I was like, that's what that looks like.
Yeah, it's all types of beards. It's Michael's beard over there. It's like the big, lushy type beard. We got Liam's beard. It's kind of like an aftershave that can grow in like 3 seconds. We have mine. Looks like
I don't know if my beard is considered
looks
luscious,
like it might
but okay.
looks like it might be a bug that got caught on my lip. And then it's got this guy, definitely some kind of guy who lives in the
Man,
mountains.
you should have seen him when he had a
Guy's
chin
definitely
strap.
Irish.
No, I remember when he had like the Gandalf beard.
No. You first off,
That
that
was-
is funny. That's awesome.
Yeah, when
but
he-
I remember him when he had a chin strap.
What?
Those are good. You thought it looked so good.
I was like,
You thought it looked
Hey,
so
that line-
hot.
dude. That line was clean, man. And I had a pretty hot girlfriend. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He had to back it up.
I'm just saying though, that chin strap, that was your worst feature. That was your worst feature.
I lost my virginity in that chin strap. All right.
But you didn't get married, so you lost.
Oh my gosh. No, my experience.
On that day, I shaved it and became a man.
I almost spit out my beer. Oh my gosh. Gentlemen, if you haven't lost your virginity, chin strap is clearly the way to go.
That's it, man.
I mean,
I will be a wizard forever.
hold on,
that
hold off
explains
on
why
the
I'm still
chin
virgin.
straps. We're not in the 2000s yet.
Dude.
Oh yeah,
that's
oh
true,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so my experience, I don't know if I can't top chin strap.
You're good.
No, my experience was, easy enough. Look, with all the COVID stuff going on, like I worked at like Family Video at the time, so we had like restrictions and everything. So we went through like the normal protocols, wear a mask. It was new for us, like. So we didn't have like all the information, and everything. So like, yeah, I followed the protocols because everyone did, because everyone had to. It was new, it was weird, like it was scary at the time. People forget how scary COVID was at the time. But like as information started rolling out, and as we started to get some more information, we figured out that COVID
Was fake.
Just
bollocks.
You heard it here on the Couch Gambit podcast.
It was very real and very
It was
scary.
made in a laboratory.
Very
we're
not
lucky,
bollocks.
We're lucky to be the
It came from-
99.95% of people who survived.
came from the laboratory of unknown origins and definitely don't know the country.
I was looking up when 2020 came. Everything seemed to be going well.
Yeah,
there were some
okay.
hard things,
Sure.
like I moved into an apartment. Some things with that apartment went very wrong. But for the most part, I was getting a new work. I liked the job I was at the time. And then I hated the job that I was at after I was getting 3 hours of sleep every night.
Oh, yeah.
Working that street corner got real tough for you, huh?
Those high
Yeah.
heels,
No.
they're rough.
So here's the thing. In 2020, I spent a lot more time kind of doing the things that I enjoyed doing. I took a lot more. What are you laughing at? What is so funny?
Just me.
Just you.
Look, we get it. Your tight little hole is no longer a tight little hole.
Oh my god.
It's okay, buddy.
Speaking of accidents in the apartment.
Stay away from my sister,
All right.
please.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
So
boy.
no. So my first
even have to
apartment, there were a
work
lot
for
of
that
things
one.
that went bad. But I was generally optimistic about everything because I was pursuing the things that I enjoyed doing. I had a job that I didn't hate, at least until later. I got to know my cousin a lot more because I lived with him. And even in 2021, I got into a new apartment that was really nice, and it was complete. It was in our budget. We were like second floor. We were next to the pool, which we later regretted getting. But it had a fireplace. Had a very good layout.
Oh,
Had
yeah, I
really
remember that
nice,
place.
yeah, really nice like granite countertops. We had and holy shit, that's when things just started to suck because I got involved with the whole scenario of having
a car salesman.
No, I became a car salesman, which was the downfall of everything. No, I got into a situation with 3 other people, one being the cousin I already lived with, and 2 other people. The 2 other people were married. Their relationship had its moments, to put it lightly. And then I just didn't have any roommates to live with. And then I kind of got a house, which I'm okay with. And things are starting to look up. However, I wish things were a little bit cheaper. Michael, your
It's a
turn.
depressing summary.
Michael, your turn.
So I must say,
Make fat man joke.
okay. My life during this period has been
Start
I'd
with like a
say-
Morgan Freeman narration.
My life.
probably
was terrible.
I'd say it started off rather awful.
never.
I was in a point in my life where I didn't know really what to do with myself. I worked at a locksmith company making, a wage where, I can, I guess, kind of pay my bills. But I mean, I was just. I guess the best way I can describe it is like it felt like I was drowning for a good like half of 2020 to 2020 like today. However, when I decided to leave that company and pursue being sales, my life got even worse.
It went even further downhill.
No, seriously, it felt as like I went from basically barely able to get a couple breaths in to being completely submerged in a dark ocean. It was awful, terrible, vile, hellish.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible.
Yeah. Yes. I will say though,
Sexual.
I think I think I might be close to the happiest I've ever been though.
Oh.
Because I have reconnected with someone very important in my life. He's just sitting across from me. I've made two of the best friends I could ever ask for. And we started something that is very near and dear to my heart. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I love this with all my heart. My life still sucks. Don't get me wrong.
He's talking.
Things are still not looking up. All right, I don't want you to get the wrong impression.
But, you know,
I am depressed.
but
We will suck together.
Circle suck.
Yeah,
yes.
circle suck.
But I will say,
Hey, no. Hey, listen, I'm running. Oh my.
I'm sorry, Michael. Love you, bud.
wouldn't happen any other way. But I will say,
You gotta
Subscribe
make
today.
it now, bro.
For $8 a month.
all right,
you
well,
get
I'm
our
drowning
OnlyFans.
again in sorrow. So
It's our OnlyFans. It's
all
the only way we're gonna get money.
With that depressing experience, I want to move on from.
okay, we're just cutting me off now.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
There's one other thing though.
100%.
Looking forward to the next pandemic because I got my investments locked and loaded.
Ooh.
As soon as we hear anything about China, dude, I'm fucking throwing shit in there. I'm so ready.
All right.
Damn.
We're all meeting at Charles' house.
But yeah, so things have been happier at more of the telltale end of this shit show. But things could be better.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Things are starting to slightly look up. They went from like ground level to like table height. So
Yeah, no, I'm making about 20,000 less than what I was back in Colorado. It sucks, but there's so much more mobility. It's not even funny. Going back to school, I'm enjoying my job way more. Code enforcement sucks, dude. Oh my god, it sucks so much. So, yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing but. I'm generally a pretty optimistic person, anyways, but I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I make less than I probably make less than you, but I love my job. So
no one makes less than me.
I mean, hey, there might be a month or two where I do make less than you.
Hopefully.
Holy god.
if I stay optimistic.
Because the thing about car sales and just
If I'm-
sales in general, it can be an up and down thing.
If I'm optimistic enough. But with all that being said, I do want to take our attention away from the post-COVID era and transfer over
Post Harambe.
to when that poor gorilla, that poor innocent gorilla
Gosh.
was shot.
That poor, pathetic, dirty ape.
That beautiful
You damn dirty
creature was shot at the zoo after a young boy fell. into
Honestly,
an
I mean,
enclosure.
These stupid kids, man.
Dicks out
These-
for Harambe.
yeah, dicks out, dicks out.
But no. In all sincerity, I want to kind of look at. I want to look at 2016 to around 2019.
Sure.
Which was the for me mostly high school. It's kind of high school right into adulthood for me. When did y'all graduate again?
2015.
2015.
Like
Like
So that was-
1996.
Charles is 60.
So y'all were about in the same boat, and you were 2017, right?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, he was old when he graduated.
Yeah.
because he was fucking retarded.
'Cause I was held back
Because
because
he-
I'm stupid.
Because he's stupid.
he's stupid. Oh,
What a
man.
dumbass.
But no, I kind of want to look at this era because a lot of people say that after Harambe died, everything just went downhill. And I don't know. I felt like those years were
I mean,
pretty
if
good. for the
Harambe,
most
if Harambe
part.
was president, maybe some of this stuff went out. Look, Harambe got votes in the 2016 election.
I thought
What a champ.
He could probably speak better than our current president.
Oh, we definitely could.
Yeah.
He'd communicate like this. And he'd get all the votes.
I mean, he got a lot of votes.
Hey,
He's
it might
dead.
stay
and
in,
he got a lot
Mikey.
of
It
votes.
might stay in.
After Harambe's death, that was often seen as the downfall of society. For me, it was a great couple of years.
Not since
What
the
did-
Roman fell.
not since the fall of Rome.
I don't know.
Had we had a fall so great.
No, but Liam, the problem is like Harambe. He was the foundation of America. Okay.
What?
He supported the foundations of what we stood for as a country. Harambe did nothing wrong. That was a self-defense case. Okay.
Okay.
Overall, how was that era for you? 2016 to 2019. How did that fare for you?
I mean, man.
I was in high school.
Oh, yes.
I hated it.
Yes,
I mean-
you were too old to be in high school. That was
After
the
we-
problem.
I know. It's the problem.
Because you're fucking stupid.
I was
All right.
19 when I graduated.
I mean-
Almost 20.
We finally got an orange president. So that was cool.
Yeah, the annoying orange. He finally became president.
Oh, we're playing it safe now. I see.
Donald Trump. 2016.
How do I feel about that overall?
I got a story.
I mean, I guess let's see.
That's not mine.
You can.
Our good friend Kyle died. My dad died. My dad lost his company, or our family lost the company after his death. And I got into a car accident that burned my face, or not face, hand.
So relatively good year.
My hand, leaving a scar. I'm not Two-Face from Batman, but
Okay.
But yeah, no. So no, post Harambe, yeah, it was fucking awful, Liam. That led to my spiraling depression into post-COVID era.
That sounds like your villain origin story.
I had a great time.
Good for you. Good for fucking you,
I
Liam.
thought, bro, high school was at its peak during 2016 and 2017 for me. By the time I got out, I was in a relationship that seemed good until it wasn't. When it was good, it was good. I went to college for like
Oh, yeah,
half
I
a
also
year.
dropped out of college.
And I dropped out. But in spite of me dropping out, life was still relatively easy.
And I gained such a substantial amount of weight from 2016 onward.
I started.
I was skinny in 2016 to the 2017-ish, but then I gained weight, ate Chick-fil-A 3 times a day because I was so stressed out from having to study every day or at college after I realized, I can't just pass everything, by just sitting around doing nothing as if it was high school. It sucked, Liam.
I started to comprehend more about what I believed about the world around me. I got more creative in that time period, and I expressed that
Awesome.
creativity in ways that I never did before.
His sexuality.
I had the opportunity. No.
And he has bad teeth. It's the trifecta, man.
Hey, what can I say? No. Relatively, it was a fun, carefree kind of time for me.
Fun.
Nothing bad happened
No
to me
one
at
died.
all. No one died.
Yeah,
Except
yeah.
my grandma, but like I didn't know
Yeah,
her
you
that
don't
well.
care.
I didn't know her that well. I mean, I was sad.
No, you weren't.
I was sad, but
You were
like,
kind of sad.
Your emotion
but
shows.
I was kind of sad, but like I didn't know her that well, so it didn't have as big of an effect on me.
Someone who you didn't know that well died. Oh man.
So yeah, it was a wonderful time. I loved it. One of the best eras. How about for you, Jacob?
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow that up.
How was your life?
I have one good story that happened around that time because my life is not interesting at all. I was in band, which is already just terrible enough, but we were like going into like the finals and we had just had a performance and we were waiting to see our results. That night coincided with the 2016 election. And one of our friends, who I will remain nameless because I don't know if you still have your green card or not, we will.
Damn.
One of our friends at the time, who I was rooming with, didn't have his green card, so he was kind of hoping that Trump didn't become president. While the rest of us were like, "All right, come on, let's don't like Hillary.
Let's get him out of here.
Let's go."
I agree. I agree.
Can I keep that in, please?
Fuck 'em.
Thank you so much. Okay. So the rest of us were doing it. So we found out later that night that we made the finals. We got a good score. We did it. And we all celebrated down below. We made a crap ton of noise in the hotel. I was surprised we didn't get kicked out of that. And then later that evening, I woke up in the morning and I realized that I thought that Trump was going to lose. So we're like, whatever. We'll figure it out in the morning. And then Trump won. So we woke up and we're like, no way. And then we looked up at our friend, who again will remain nameless, and said, dude, you're going to get deported. He actually never did. So he's still here.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. Glad it was a fun, good time for you.
Yeah. What happened?
Did you have a good era?
Yeah. How was your era?
I'm trying to remember most of what happened during that time. That was kind of a blur. I don't know. I don't think I enjoyed it very much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Talk about
kinda
not
sucked.
enjoying something. Yeah.
No, it was.
Oh,
it
man.
was it sucked pretty bad.
I will say
when I-
that time was kind of the last era of at least somewhat good films.
I'm sorry he cut you off, by the way.
Sorry. I thought you were done.
Oh yeah,
Continue.
when did the year that La La Land came out? I remember after that year it was more political after when the Oscars happened, or films were more political after
La La Land
that.
was 2017.
2017.
2017.
Okay. Yeah.
We saw
I remember
good
that.
movies,
That was
though. I
a
will
great
say
year
that.
for movies. That was such a great year.
Did y'all see my that Hereditary video that I linked?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god!
I
it was so
commented.
funny.
Wait, hold on. No, I think I did.
Did you not
see
get
it.
my text message?
Yeah, oh,
reply?
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it was
that was
fucking,
sweet.
it was awesome. I loved it. It was
I
fantastic.
saw it.
I will say, though I do not watch Smosh as much anymore, really at all.
Oh, I saw
I
that.
can dig try not to laugh challenges that they do every once in a while.
Gosh.
So yeah, that's my endorsement. Go watch Smosh for the occasional time they decide to do try not to laugh or
Or just
whatever.
Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Does anybody know that?
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
well,
yeah, but I mean it's different.
No,
I guess so.
That year was definitely marked by some pretty good TV shows. I think Breaking Bad was finishing up around that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Around 2016, it finished
went
up.
way before.
That was way before. Yeah.
When did it end?
Breaking Bad came out in 2008 and it ended in 2012.
Game of Thrones was still on. Game of Thrones finished around 2019.
Okay.
So yeah, it was still kicking around that time.
Ugh.
Yeah,
No,
all
I don't
right.
know. That's when I was watching it. Walking Dead was
Oh, yeah,
was still doing pretty
It was
good.
still good around the time.
I was
It's a
watching
pretty bad show.
I was watching Trailer Park Boys. That
Haven't seen that.
Oh my god, best show ever.
Oh, okay.
Best show ever.
Cool.
Y'all gotta watch that.
That's when Marvel was kind of reaching the end of its third phase. Well, that's when it was reaching the
Yeah,
end of its
Endgame
third
was in
phase.
2019, right?
And that was kind of like my favorite era of Marvel films.
Yeah.
Was like 2015 to 2018.
Yeah. Didn't
That was-
Endgame come out? I'm so sorry, but didn't Endgame come out right before COVID,
Endgame came out in 2019.
or was it after COVID? I don't
It
remember.
came out 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
I'm pretty sure. I mean,
And COVID happened in
I'm
2020.
fairly certain it happened before COVID. Even before.
Yeah, I
want
want to say it did happen before COVID.
Before it was even like a whole thing. Because COVID.
Are you looking up to see if Endgame was 2018 or 2019? Because I thought it was 2019.
He has that little thing on his phone. I
2019.
can't see what he's doing.
2019.
He's probably subscribing to our OnlyFans.
We don't have one.
a link in the description.
We don't
Below.
have one.
Yeah, check it
I'm
out.
actually unsubscribing from the channel right now.
Yeah, because we subscribe. We're that
don't
sad.
blame
We
him.
subscribe to our own. I subscribe to our channel.
So 4 of our subscribers are
I
fake.
subscribed with like 230 accounts.
Wait.
Wait, really? 230?
Oh yeah,
that
I
many?
couldn't.
Wait, now I'm confused.
Jacob,
I'm
you
trying to get it.
fucking idiot.
This is why I was held back.
Man, dude.
Yeah, we can tell.
That's all of our subscribers.
Oh!
What a fucking
Oh!
what an idiot. What, you are. I
Man,
can't anymore.
I got so many jokes and fucking none of them land, man.
Okay, you know what? Honestly, at
The
this
ones
point,
that landed, I can't
guys,
put in.
we need to make an executive decision. I think Jacob's too slow for this podcast. I think he should just set up the equipment, right? Edit it. That's fine. But I don't think he's a face.
We'll put
Yeah,
his,
he should set up the
we'll
equipment.
put his microphone
'Cause
on like
we're no
a
good
2-minute
at it.
delay. That way, when
We're
it
no good
catches
at
up
it.
to the conversation, we'll just cut it into the.
It'll be like the 2020 election where every time I speak, it's like, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough.
We're gonna do what Steven Crowder did to Dave Landau and put a button there that shuts off your mic.
Oh yeah, we don't.
God.
Oh yeah, we don't like Steven Crowder. Yeah. Oh yeah, he sucks.
What a
now.
cuck.
What
Yeah.
a cuck.
What a cunt.
It's not a. Yeah, that's more the word I would say.
Oh man.
Raging cuntosaurus.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that honestly was like the last time Marvel was like great was in that era. After that, it all went
Yeah,
down.
everyone, even though Captain Marvel came out like right before Endgame, you could not stop the hype. For
Yeah,
that movie.
as a whole, it was like, don't get me wrong, it had some misses, but it had hits. Definitely Endgame, Infinity War definitely for me. Civil War, was that 15 when it came out, or was it 16?
Civil War came out in 16.
No, I think it might have been 15.
Because
16 because Spider-Man.
Check it
It's
out.
a year later. Spider-Man: Homecoming came out in 2017.
fact check.
Also, while we're here,
2016.
Oh, how
dang
about
it.
that?
Okay, yeah, you're right. By the way, go check out our last podcast. Marvel stuff.
By the way,
is
I
in it.
technically wasn't wrong. I said was it 2015 or
That one
2016?
didn't have Liam in it, so.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. It was
Honestly, you know what?
quality
Mikey,
content.
I know what we can do.
Oh no.
We just take Jacob and Liam out of the equation.
Oh, dude, that's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Dude, you know what? Liam, switch sides with me, and we'll just.
Yeah.
I refuse. I refuse now. I'm holding firm on this.
What do you mean you're holding firm?
I refuse to move.
Oh,
You're
my
stuck with me.
God.
Sorry.
Fuck. Damn.
Fuck all of you.
I will say though, I think gaming as a whole was, I think, starting to get rough around this. I think around this point, maybe it escapes me somewhat now, but I don't remember being as hyped for some of the games that came out.
What was around that time, gaming wise?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think of games that you guys would have played, because I don't think any of you really cared for like the Dark Souls series. Like I think Dark Souls 3
Dark
might.
Souls 3, Overwatch, Battlefield 1. Oh, the World War 1.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2, that sucked.
Oh yeah.
Like
Dark Souls 3
yeah,
was definitely good. Dark
Titanfall.
Souls 3 was a great game. I love that game.
Gears of War 4.
Uh,
The Witcher 3? Oh.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so like Witcher 3, Dark Souls 3, both fantastic. Overwatch, I did play a lot of it, but honestly, it's
Pokemon Go.
Oh,
Never mind.
Oh,
This is a disgrace.
I almost forgot
We
about
failed.
that.
a fall of a generation.
We failed.
Persona 5.
Berserk 5?
There's
Yeah.
apparently a Harry Potter game that is
We don't talk about
like
that.
the same concept.
Yes, there is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I was just
Yeah.
walking around downtown the other day, and then I just see everyone wearing a Harry Potter cloak. And
Oh my
I have
God.
no
I
idea
know a
what's
lot of
going
people
on.
liked the Spider-Man game that came out
I haven't played it.
2018.
I really want to play
No,
it.
I mean I didn't play it either.
Oh no, that was a great game.
Yeah, I have heard.
Have you played it?
I have not played it.
I played.
I
bits
will.
and
I will
pieces.
say there's a huge divide. I say huge. I think more people like Spider-Man 2, the game, but apparently there's a lot of dumb shit in it. Like a lot of dumb
There's
shit.
a lot of useless stuff in it.
I'm talking about Spider-Man 2. Like, have you played it?
No.
That's what I'm talking about right now. I pivoted to the Spider-Man 2 game that came out just now.
I played
not that long ago.
one of the. I played one of the more, not one of the more recent, not the Miles Morales, not the one that just came out.
Yeah.
But the one before that. Was that what that was? Spider-Man 2?
I'm talking about the one that recently came out.
Oh, I haven't played the most recent one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was talking about the one before that.
No,
I thought
no,
we were going back in time.
No, we were, but no. At
Maybe
first,
I am too slow for this podcast.
At first, we were talking about Spider-Man 1 from
Right,
2018.
okay, that's the one that I
And then
played.
I transitioned to the 2023 one, the
right,
one
okay.
came out
yeah,
this
okay.
year.
I didn't realize
recently.
we switched. Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool.
No.
So, man, there's a lot of dumb shit in this game, apparently. I won't go into huge detail because that's not what we're primarily talking about.
Dude, how you doing?
But man, like for example, Miles Morales,
President
he's Puerto Rican, I believe. Miles Morales, I believe he's Puerto Rican. And look, one thing, the way you know someone's Puerto Rican is that they have their flag in their home. Okay, that's what Gabriel Iglesias told me
Okay.
through a joke on stage to an audience.
We can keep that one in.
No,
I feel
but
like you need to
but
run jokes by me before.
No, but one of the things but they put the Cuban flag in their home instead. I was like, ooh, that's not the same at all. That's not the same at all. But yeah, no. Again, I haven't played the game. I've only heard shit, and I kind of want to play the game so I can make my own assessment of it. So I'm not saying don't play the game. By the way, I don't know for sure. I've only seen like tidbits of it.
That camera is definitely off, by the way.
Oh,
This podcast has been going on for an hour, and that only records 30 minutes.
well, what the fuck, Jacob?
We actually
It's not
turned
my
off
camera, dude.
2010, 2015 had some good games.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they had some good games.
Back to games? Okay.
Oh no, I mean not really. I was just kind of commenting.
Minecraft was getting pretty big.
Yeah,
Oh my
Minecraft,
gosh.
Minecraft.
Dude, no, I don't know, man. I mean, high school was I enjoyed high school.
Yeah.
it was pretty fun.
High school was definitely where I peaked for sure.
I was in middle school.
Yeah.
I hated every
Yeah.
second of high
Middle
school.
school. I was a youngin.
We were picking on Jacob and Liam back in.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we went to rival schools.
Jacob went to Bell.
Yeah, I went to Bell.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Trinity.
We went to Trinity.
tease up.
Oh my gosh, you all went to Trinity?
Yeah,
Yes.
the better school.
The-
better
Not your
football
education
team.
system.
Hold on.
It
Better
was so much worse.
Better football team. Better choir. Better better band actually.
Diversity.
More diversity. Yeah.
Diversity.
Diversity.
Literally, yeah.
I will say
got a lot
now,
of Tongans.
Bell did have what they had that Trinity didn't though was an orchestra, actually.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. I think it would have been really cool if Trinity had an orchestra, but whatever. And also, I've heard that the IB program in Bell is better than Trinity's IB program.
It is.
But
I don't care about my alumni,
But that's
but it is.
that's the IB program. As for the AP program, I mean, it seemed pretty standard between the two.
That just shows how bad y'all's were.
I didn't care about those nerds.
No, I mean, I'm saying by the AP program seemed pretty standard between two. I'm talking about between Trinity and Bell.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah, I didn't see much of a difference in their AP programs, is what I'm saying. Originally, I wanted to go to Bell for their IB program, but my mom wanted me to go because Trinity had a better football team. And I was like, I don't play football.
So that didn't work out for you at all.
Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, her making that decision for me, I mean, I got to meet, one of my best friends in the whole wide world. And,
Baby.
other dead friends or dead friend singular.
Wow. You brought that right down, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, this is going to be a tangent, but did we ever talk about how we, all of us ended up coming together?
No, I don't
as a
think we
group?
did.
Not really, no.
Honestly,
Kind of
it's
miracle.
incredible. It is honestly,
Dude,
it's
What a
magical.
nuts
So,
story.
I mean, where does this actually?
You weren't
It kind
there.
of begins with y'all, but
So it begins with me and Charles. Well, it kind of begins with him and Michael, but
Yeah.
all of us getting together begins with me and Charles. So,
Wait, were you
Yeah.
friends with him before you were friends with me?
no. I was
No.
friends with you way
So,
before.
okay, this is the. I'm sorry. We can tell it on a different
That's
podcast.
no.
if you want.
Just go ahead. We're
So
there.
This
we
is
need content.
a crazy story. So Cameron, Michael, and I go way back.
Yep.
I mean, this goes back to junior high. Was it junior high? No, it was high school.
This is high school.
Okay, well, high school.
mean, still
it goes back to
back,
high school.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we became best buds, all in the same friend group. Graduated, went our separate ways for college, but still hung out. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up moving to Colorado.
It was sad.
It was. I met Liam through a mutual friend group. He comes up to Colorado, introduces me to cigars. And then whenever I moved back, I think you hit me up and invited me out to Silverleaf
I
in
invited
Fort
you out.
Worth.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, my buddy Jacob's going to be there. It's like, okay, hey, cool. And then he's like, yeah, no, Jacob had a date with his boyfriend, and so I'm gonna bring my friend Michael along. Well, I call Michael Cameron.
Yep.
Have all the entire
Now-
time I've known him. So I was like, okay, hey, Michael, new person, great.
If I may also kind of put my own
Yeah.
spin on the story. So I'm talking to Liam.
And
He's
but
hey,
I'm so sorry. I have something to add to that story right after you're done. So
sure.
we don't
So
want to hear about your date with your
Liam
boyfriend.
Liam was
I wanna
like,
tell
hey,
it.
so do you feel like smoking cigars tonight? I was like, yeah, absolutely. That sounds killer to me. He's like, yeah, you want to do it in Fort Worth? Like, sure, that's fine. He's like, yeah, I'm going to introduce you to my buddy Charles. He lives in Colorado, but yeah, he came by to just hang out or stuff like that. I don't remember exactly what he said. And in my mind, and the moment he said, yeah, I got a buddy named Charles, like, oh, cool. Yeah, I know a couple Charles. And he's like, yeah, he lives in Colorado. I was like, Mikey lives in Colorado. His name is Charles, right? Nah, whatever. Yeah, I'm down. And we're at Silverleaf. Liam and I arrive first. And we're in the humidor trying to find something. And then, for some reason, in my peripheral, I see the fucking giant. I'm like, what the fuck? And if he would like to continue his part of the tale.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember that so clearly. It's not
Yes.
even funny, dude. I walked through the door, and the first thing I look across into the humidor. Is that what you just called it?
Yeah,
humidor.
the humidor,
That's
yeah.
fancy. I'm sorry, I've never heard that. Humidor. And
No, I
see
think I just said it wrong.
this this fucking guy's face
My
just
fat
staring
face.
right back at me, just like a moment of like, oh no way.
And that's
And
what.
then I saw Liam standing next to him. I'm like, oh no way.
At first you thought just a bloody coincidence.
Yeah, just crazy
right?
coincidence.
For
yeah.
me, it was the moment I saw your fucking face. I was like, Charles in Colorado. Oh my shit.
Dude, it was that was an experience, man.
It was
Dude,
magical.
It really was. That was cool.
Like that was everything lining up perfectly, and it just
Yes,
Well,
and
and
all
how did
together.
y'all
Like-
meet?
because I met him at a bar that I didn't even really want to go to originally.
Yeah.
I literally just stopped by the bar and I was like, oh, this is a nice bar, so I went again, and then I started talking to him, and I was like, hey, you should come to my birthday party, and then we became friends.
that was hysterical. When you just randomly like, you should come to my birthday party. I was like,
See, I heard that y'all were both in suits, and y'all were the only two dressed up in there, and y'all were so smitten with each other. Yeah.
and we did make out once.
Me and Michael have been friends for like a year and 4 months.
Something like
Like
that.
a year and
Yeah.
3 months.
And 2 hours.
Looks right into his eyes. Baby, we've
2 hours.
But I'm curious, Liam, what was going through your mind? Where you're like, yeah, so I'm going to introduce Charles and Michael. I'm sure they're going to hit it off. They're going to become boyfriend and boyfriend. Michael's probably going to be the power bottom.
Well, it's usually that I have friends that get along.
Yeah.
Dude, what if we were just mortal enemies?
yeah, you fucked up so bad. And it's just so if I see your face like Charles from Colorado. Fuck. He fucked my girlfriend.
Jacob, what did you want to add to that?
I mean, so like the reason, so what did you say? Like Liam got you into cigars?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
No,
welcome.
yeah, no joke. Yeah.
You're welcome. Because I'm the one who got him into cigars.
Yeah, so he got me into cigars. I got you into cigars. He already likes cigars. And
I met him at a
then
cigar lounge.
Y'all were friends, and
Yeah.
I met you in Colorado, and then we went to Colorado again. And I introduced you to him, so you
Yeah,
already
that's
had
how
some
I knew him
familiarity with
first. So
him.
I knew Charles
familiarity with
first
him.
because we went to Colorado to visit you, and then I came back. We went to cigar lounge that one time, and then I met
Did you forget about that?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
No way.
We hiked that mountain that
We
one
did?
time. Yeah.
Oh my god, we did.
That's when you had the
right.
freaking
We
beard and
totally
everything.
Did. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I did
Yeah.
have the beard.
Turns out you're the
Holy
slow one.
Shit.
This is a
wow.
reverse card.
Yeah,
No
like
reverse.
2 years too slow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I apparently have a really good memory. I remember a
That's
lot of
crazy.
things.
So-
I totally,
That
oh my
happened
God.
first, and then I met you at the cigar lounge.
Yes,
and then
I was about to
finally-
say we met for Liam's birthday,
Liam's
but we
birthday,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
we didn't get to meet where did we eat again?
Oh, that's
Wait,
right. I did remember
Cafe
that because
Matty.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to
'cause-
that? Liam's birthday? You
No,
didn't go to that.
not Liam's birthday, but whenever, because I remembered you whenever he invited me out to the cigar lounge.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's when
What
he
a
was
long
like,
fucking tangent. I love it.
that's
This is
when
our
he was
5-minute
like,
plan.
yeah, I'm bringing
Wonderful.
my buddy Michael instead, and that's why I was like, oh, okay, new person, because I remember.
'Cause I know I wasn't there for that,
That's
but
right.
at the time I met. I think
Yeah.
the time we were all actually
that's
all together
awesome.
was at the Hideout.
Yeah.
That was the first time we
So-
all finally got together.
So it was.
And then I brought up the topic of we should start a podcast.
Yeah, and then you just randomly said like, "Yeah, I also wanted to do a podcast," and then I said, "I have the gear."
And then we
Because
had
my
the first
best-
episode of the podcast, and okay,
yeah.
we'll start going through that.
Well, again, funny enough, like this is kind of funny. like when I started hanging out with Liam a little around that time, like I started regaining our friendship again, and then my best friend ended up dying, who was Ernesto, and we had this podcast stuff, and so I just had all this stuff lying around. Again, I continue to like regain my friendship with Liam after all, so we became close, and then all of this happened, and so I just had this random podcast gear. Thanks, Ernesto, for dying. By the way.
I'm the guy that got them all together.
Well.
I mean, he and I were already together.
I brought y'all back together.
No.
Star-crossed.
Though I will say, a certain someone didn't tell me he came back to Texas. Though I had to find out because of a fucking
an accident.
And which, by the way, in my head I was like, I kind of thought of that. I was like, it's whatever, whatever. He would have told me.
I think I was back for like a week, and I was honestly just
that's even worse.
I was like embarrassed to like tell anybody that I was back. So,
But to jump back onto the topic,
Did you have to switch positions for that? What are you doing?
We're just going all
We're
over
real
the place.
comfortable
now.
on the
What is
casting
going
couch.
on? Okay.
There we go. So to jump back,
Dude, you are so far away from the mic.
on the
I can't
topic.
hear anything you're saying.
All right, so 2010 to 2015, and we kind of summed up. High school was a great time for you.
Oh yeah, high school.
You were
Hated everything about high
you
school.
hated everything about it.
Senior year was okay.
It was kind of a forgetful era for me for the most part. Because for me, there's only like one significant thing I remember, and it's bad. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about it.
Great
It
story.
is personal.
Coward.
Great story, dude.
Well, it's a
Well,
personal.
I know what you're talking about.
It's
Yeah,
a personal story.
personal.
But no, the most I remember from that time is basically just having a bunch of friendships that formed and went nowhere. And YouTube was kind of awesome.
YouTube
And
was-
the Avengers.
YouTube was pretty great.
Yeah,
was pretty
YouTube was pretty awesome. 2010
Dude,
to 2015.
YouTube was the best.
Those were the golden years. That's when you didn't have to be super PC on YouTube.
No,
Dude,
dude, that's when Cyanide and Happiness was making their shorts.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
god.
Jeez.
Granted, I mean,
Jeez.
we still have a few people who are like pretty like heavy into animation on YouTube that are making like content that is not beholden to dumb political culture or whatever.
Because they don't have to show their face.
Oh, yeah.
dude, there's
Well,
one
yeah.
channel. Al makes jokes. That's not a.
Oh,
that's not an.
not an animator, but dude,
oh
incredible.
My god.
Seriously, I love the humor. Like there is no such thing as going too far. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're way more successful than us, obviously, and we hope that you continue to be successful. At least Mikey and I do. I don't know if Jacob and Liam even care about you or know of your
I
existence.
don't know you at all.
Wow.
Don't worry, we're working on them. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean, that was the
we're
golden age
trying.
of not the golden age, but it was a really really good
was a good-
age
yeah.
of online content and people just like making comedy for the sake of comedy. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
this restricted, watch what you say kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, it really is sad looking back on it.
No.
I think there was this general understanding that most of what you say, if it's offensive, it's probably a joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You get the benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I mean that was the case with me, and like the one thing that I enjoyed about kind of like not quite high school because people started getting a little more PC in high school, but a little like before high school, like junior high and everything, we had like it wasn't like the ghetto or anything, but it was definitely like a big like mixed race school, and we had everybody, and we made fun of everybody equally.
The most memory I have. 2015 is when I decided to give up on life and become vegan.
Is it really?
Oh, that was your
Yeah.
Oh
downfall.
my god, you were like an adult when you make that decision.
Obviously, he was still no. To choose to be a vegan is to prove that you were still a child.
That's why he's still unlocking his inner child.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen.
That's why he thinks going to Disney World by himself is a good thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Being a
brings
kid,
me,
kid.
that brings me back to the 2000s to the 2010s.
Dude, those were the coveted girls too, man.
Bruh, 2000 to
Thanks, Liam.
2010, that era, it is the coveted jewel.
It is the
Oh my
coveted jewel.
gosh.
Well, that's
Yeah.
I want to discuss that. Is it, or are we just very nostalgic because we were
Yes.
children?
I'm not
going to
comment on how 13-year-olds looked in retrospect.
Well, can you comment?
We hate here at the Couch Gambit podcast. We hate pedophiles.
Well, then try to comment it from the perspective.
We're
of
an
someone
hour
that
and 30
lived
minutes
in
in. I can
You
say
know, if I
pedophile.
saw a 26-year-old dressed like that, I would shun them.
Dressed like a
100%.
13-year-old.
Well, especially dressed like a 13-year-old.
Oh,
like
my
in
God.
all emo.
Well,
like,
Liam, you and I have that at Avoca. That strange.
Anime girl at a
Gosh,
Avoca.
yeah, the anime girl who bows.
Oh yeah, I never got to see
You
her.
said that
but-
was cute. Do not.
It's adorable.
Don't pretend now that. Oh, okay.
It's
So,
adorable.
yeah,
It's like pat on the head. It's like, oh, you're trying. It's
No.
like that.
I wouldn't even go that far. That's just sad.
It's sad.
It kind of is.
It's
what are y'all
disgusting.
talking about?
There's this anime. Okay, well, she's never gonna watch this. There's this girl that at Avoca Coffee, which she speaks very over the top,
Like
and
anime
she dresses
style.
really, and she like, and then at the end of the order she bows.
Yeah, she's
And
like
she's not of Oriental
She
descent.
she does the whole thing. She's like, all right. So Charles, you gotta look at the hand motions. All right. She's like, all righty. What would you like? And it's like this: a mocha. Okay,
Yeah.
one mocha.
Yeah, I
And
would
then-
have walked out.
And then I'm like, all right. And would you like 2% in that? I was like, oh, oat milk. All righty, oat milk. And then
Yeah.
pushes the button. And then I'm like, all right. And it's like, that will be $5.90. That'll be $5.95. And then I'm like, okay.
Listen.
And I pay it. And then
Okay.
she bows. And I'm like,
Not okay.
cool. And I walk away.
She's trying her best. I think
She's trying too hard.
She's trying
She's
too
trying.
hard.
She is trying too hard, but she's trying to like get some flair.
Look,
I kind of
here's
respect
the thing.
that.
I would ban that if I were president. That'd be illegal.
I
Sorry.
will say this,
visit that coffee
hold on,
shop
hold on.
personally. The whole
Look.
Secret Service fills the room.
I am
just like,
burning this place
I will.
to the ground.
I will say this. People
You're
make
fired.
comments like, "Oh, well,
fired.
I thought you would argue that people should try their hardest at work." It's like, look,
That's so great.
I'm actually upset that you never took me there because I told you I would do this, and you guys know that I have no shame when it comes to making a joke in public. But if she had been talking like that to me, like I told you guys, I'd be like, "Arigato gozaimasu." Domo arigato.
He can make that. He's Asian. He's not Mexican.
Oh,
It's true, yeah.
kawaii desu.
Oh my god.
So the
Will you be
2000s
my one-chan?
Oh my gosh.
My one-sama? Or do you want me to be your own? Or what was it? Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'll be yours. Oh, what happened?
Oh my R died. This is,
we were having some technical difficulties there. We're jumping back to the 2000s to 2010.
Yeah, no.
Your personal perspective. Your personal perspective. My personal perspective is, and then we're gonna try to take an objective look, even though we.
I mean, sure.
We
okay.
try. We're not the best.
Being objective.
We're not.
Conservatives can't be objective.
We're not the best.
We're racist pigs.
I don't know, man. I was 13. I guess I was junior high. Yeah.
You were a junior and high.
Junior.
Junior and high. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, there's not much that I have to say about it. It
Oh,
was
dude,
kind
I
of
could
a-
say a shit ton.
you know what I remember and love? We didn't have like a lot of this. At least my parents didn't. We had a flip phone at the most, and we shared the flip
I had
phone.
a
We had
Razor
three
flip phone.
siblings.
I miss
Yeah,
having
I
a
had
flip phone.
BlackBerry
But
Curve.
what we did a lot was we went out to the creek and just launched fireworks, got into
dude.
airsoft fights. We did so much reckless crap
I
in the
played
early
with-
2000s.
I played with the
It's
neighborhood
amazing.
kids almost every day.
Aw, same.
No,
Yeah.
we played Nerf guns. We even had it. My mom bought a trampoline so that I could have fun on the trampoline, but also I could invite other neighborhood kids or friends to just jump on a trampoline. It was so much fun. We were much more active back then because
Yeah.
what? Social media, not a thing.
Oh,
Like
dude.
just almost non-existent.
Yeah, capitalizing off that, like me and my brother, we would like play like catch football outside of our front lawn, and we would have kids like drive by on bicycles and say, "Hey, you want to fight?" and we just fight in the front lawn, like not like to kill each other, but just like to like fun fight, and we just like be pummeling this kid in the front, like our front lawn, and then my mom would come out and was like, "Y'all okay?" And then the kid would pummeling, he's like, "Yeah, we're good."
We do in fact endorse
and then we would
violence.
meet at school the next day, and like we'd be fine, we'd be good.
See, my memories had a much more Renaissance flair because my dad was very much into the doing reenactments.
Okay, yeah,
and
he's a
fighting.
nerd. Gotcha.
Yeah, he was. But
This
I
is
remember
where it comes from.
when I was a kid, they used to go to different playgrounds and parks. Usually, kind of, they had like one playground that was like themed, had all the wooden. It was a completely wooden playground and all that, and it was just like a weekly thing of going out, seeing these people fight, getting on the swings, going down slides, and getting to just know like the other people's kids whose parents were also participating in beating the shit out of each other with sticks, and also just getting to know some of the kids at the park. And it was an all-day thing, and that just kind of stopped around 2011.
Yeah.
For me. And those are some of the best memories I have. But even more than that, I remember that my family just had a much bigger attachment during that time. They saw each other a lot more. I went to family reunions when I was a kid all the time. A lot of my favorite TV shows, even to this day, came out in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot I can say because for me personally, I didn't even get a smartphone until 2014. So I was just completely detached from the internet, and personally, it was some of the best times of my life.
So my nose had gotten like redone like, around that time, fixed around that time because I had broken it again 7 times around that time. And I had wanted to film like a little short film with a little camcorder that I had back then, and I asked my brother to like do a little like headlock on me. He's like, "Yeah, just do this." My nose was still busted, and I had recovered from surgery around that time, so it was still like forming and some whatever. And so I said, "Like, just do that. It's fine." Did that, cracked the nose. Blood came all the way down my freaking face the whole time. And then we just rushed back, and it was kind of the coolest moment ever because I went back into the mirror and just readjusted my nose and went crack and readjusted my nose like that.
Yeah,
and
as
that's
a child,
currently my
no
nose
way I
right
could have
now.
done that. I'll tell
Yeah,
you that. I'll tell
that's-
you what. I'll tell you what.
Well, okay, so to be fair, my nose was like still kind of forming at the time, so the bones were like a little more soft, so it didn't hurt as much as it probably could have. But like my nose currently right now, like there's still a bone sticking
Stop.
out.
All right, you know
in
what?
my nose.
Look,
Yeah,
stop,
yeah,
stop,
yeah.
stop, 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 stop,
Tell
stop,
my
stop.
story, you
no,
pansy.
no, this story sucks. I don't like it.
Charles, I know you don't have much insight, but tell us a little bit about your childhood. 2000 to 2010. Stay in that generation if
yes,
you can.
Sometime around where I was a kid,
Yeah, talking about when the time you were 3 to 13 years old.
So, well, 9/11 happened, and I don't remember that. I heard about it.
I remember
It was pretty
clapping.
great. Yeah, it was nuts. But
I kid.
dude,
I kid.
man, I don't know, man. I mean, that sucked because that was also the day that my great uncle died, and he just
9/11. Yeah.
there was
yeah.
so much opportunity. He
Great
just moved
pilot.
to the country, just was learning how to fly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay.
Hey, can I keep this in?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Great.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted, man. Scream one.
The moment you said Gramps, I was like, all right, okay.
This guy.
Somehow that correlates to a 9/11 joke.
Well, because I knew he was gonna make my dead grandpa died, blah blah blah. I was like, okay.
On 9/11?
Yeah.
9/11.
Look, you have to understand. I've known Mikey since high school.
All right.
I think I know some of the cues.
You know when he's talking about 9/11?
No, I know when he's making a certain joke.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He starts talking 9/11's happening coming soon.
Anyways, what other times do you have?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I was a kid. I played a lot of soccer and sports and stuff like that. So I was pretty disconnected from like what was going on outside of my little bubble of life.
Right.
And I mean, God, you always look back on those wishing that you knew then what you know now. And,
Yeah.
but no, I just remember really enjoying the moment to moment experience. But I mean, I don't know. There was, I don't know that I'd want to do it again.
No, oh heavens, no. Now what I do want is for a lot of the things that were the norm back in those days to be the norm now. And by that I mean, sorry guys, I'm a nerd. I'm quirky. I'm a nerd. I call myself a nerd. But no, like TV shows and video games were for me awesome. I mean, like, okay, like, think about, we had Total Drama Island, which, by the way, as an adult, I would never watch that again, probably. But, stuff like that, being
Code
allowed
Name,
to
Kids
be
Next
aired.
Door, Teen Titans.
No, seriously, we had great shows that, like,
Avatar.
there was no
Clone
need.
Wars.
Yeah, Avatar, Clone Wars was, yeah, it was in that time. But there was no need to, try to inject us with dumb politics. All it was about was, maybe some lessons, right, that can be applied in the real world, but it's just about having a good time, enjoying a fun story. Same thing with games. They were made back in the day to have fun.
They were meant as an escape, not as a reminder.
Yeah.
Yes. But the Halo trilogy, for example, right?
Oh,
The Halo
perfect.
trilogy is a masterclass, all right, in how to make a great series, all right? Because Bungie back then cared about making the best game possible. Now they've made Destiny and Destiny 2. They're just, they play well, but they're just kind of god awful. It's really not a game. It's an addiction. Destiny and Destiny 2. That's what they are. But that's what Halo was. Even Call of Duty, they made good games. Modern Warfare 1. Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 4.
Okay, hold on. There was no 4, by the way.
There was no 4.
And
There
Modern
was just
Warfare 3
3
came out
Three
2011,
was
I
good
believe.
though. Three got too much high. Not too much high. Too much flack. Three's good.
Three's fine. But 2, you want something that they put in that, thank God they put it in, because I thought it really added to the campaign. The airport scene.
God.
Hey man.
No, bad shit happens. Bad shit just fucking happens.
No Russian.
Yeah. What?
No
do you
witnesses.
have a problem with that mission, Mikey? Personally?
I've never played Call of Duty.
Okay, and that's fine. But you at least know the mission.
I know the mission very well.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about because I don't play Call of Duty or keep up
look,
with it.
I don't want to say it.
No, but like a new game wouldn't have most developers wouldn't have the balls to do that for a new franchise.
That's very true. That's one of
Okay.
those ballsy
Yes.
scenes.
And the reason why I say new franchises is because there are going to be people who say, well, in the MW2 remake that they brought out, they included that mission. Well, of course they did, because do you know how much flack they would have gotten for not putting it back in the game?
You know how much
They
fun
fear-
it was?
It is.
that's
it was a fun mission, but also with MW1, the first one,
I finally killed my ex-girlfriend.
the nuke scene where they actually let your character actually die.
Yeah.
Okay, Bungie did the same thing with Halo Reach in 2010. They allowed your character to die, and they still cared about you, the player, having fun, experiencing a good story. There was no political bullshit, and yes, making a profit did matter, but it never, at least with the good studios, they never sacrificed the art.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as time goes on, unfortunately, gaming has becoming, it's more and more like, what is the best business model to make us, generate the most income.
Yeah.
And I'm all for companies generating income, generating value, but it's got to be worth it. The product has to be worth a damn. And unfortunately, the product used to be worth a damn, but nowadays you just get unfinished messes. People are gladly spending $100+ on what is it? They call it gacha games, where you can roll for certain characters or outfits. I don't know. I don't care. But it's dumb shit that people, it's your money, sure. But the people who don't like that shit, well, if you don't like it, don't spend your money on it. But most people are going to spend their money on it.
Well, I do want to transition over that when it comes to just kind of throwing out unfinished games. We can kind of transition on how a lot of things feel unfinished nowadays, including movies, because you got to look back at CGI and some of the late 2010 movies, mid 2010 movies.
Aragon.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
Okay,
man.
not that.
that's
but-
when CGI peaked. That CGI
Yeah.
is, with some exceptions, of course, that CGI
Is amazing.
far superior to any CGI we have.
We are
in-
talking
Compare
about-
Davy Jones
about
and
Kid.
Pirates of the
Yeah, we're talking
Caribbean
about
to
Davy Jones.
even Thanos, which Thanos is not a bad CGI creation, but considering that it's so far in the future, we should expect more. When you see Davy Jones and all the meticulous detail that's on his body, he's one of the best CGI creatures and characters. Period. Or you see Thanos, and
or
he's
even
good,
or
but he's
even
not nearly
Iron
as
Man in the
good.
first Iron Man film
Yeah.
looked substantially better than Iron Man after.
Yeah.
I will
after
say
the third film.
they started incorporating more of like the CGI body with just their head just kind of over it.
Yeah.
Like Infinity War had that. Endgame did have that, though. It might have looked slightly better, but it looked bad.
Yeah, it looked
really bad
like
in places.
And for me, like another thing that I really liked about that generation was, again, we go to cartoons, we go to movies, and how movies were a little bit more risky, how they were willing to tell the kind of jokes that many movie makers wouldn't want to tell today. We were actually watching some of the older films. We watched Dodgeball. And we watched Superbad, and that's all we got to. Because everyone's
Have
too,
you seen
too
Dodgeball?
busy. You haven't seen Dodgeball? Oh my gosh.
Oh man, it's so good.
Watch
I've never
Dodgeball.
seen
I'm gonna
Dodgeball
just
or
tell you how it
Superman. I
ends.
love
I'm just gonna
Dodgeball. It's so good.
I'm gonna just tell you how
Is that the if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball?
Yes.
Yes.
That's where that's from? Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
can
haven't
dodge
seen
a
it,
wrench.
so
You
good.
can dodge a ball.
the,
I hope my impersonation was pretty good.
the movie just kind of makes a whole joke at the end where it says, I'm not gay, I'm where the main female says,
I'm bisexual.
I'm bisexual. And then she just gets in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Relationship with both of them.
Yeah, it was like a
And
double
it was like
twist.
mocking.
No, but basically, so the final scene, she's kind of like the main female lead, kind of, but also like the love interest for the main character.
Stereotypical 2000s loving.
Yes, and basically, a chick randomly shows up, and the female lead is ecstatic to see her, and you're like, "What's going on?" And then they just randomly they just kiss, like,
Tongue.
damn. Whew. And the main lead's like, oh. And then, the one of the black characters, he's just like, I told you she was a lesbian. And then when the two women part, again, the female, she looks back like smiling coyly. He's like, I'm not a lesbian. I'm bisexual. And she goes up and kisses the male lead. And I'm just like, I'm like, this is degenerate. This is some degenerate shit. But I mean,
It's funny. It's very funny.
Oh, bro.
fuck it.
Freaking the stereotypical, like, overcentric black guy in early 2000s films.
Oh, token black guy.
Yeah, it's the whole token black guy in those films.
What is it?
The token black friend
South
or
Park.
what?
Isn't his name Token?
His name
No,
is
Tolkien.
Or
It's
Tolkien.
Tolkien.
His real name is
Tolkien.
Tolkien. As in
It's
character.
Tolkien.
Tolkien.
It's
Oh, they always
Tolkien.
thought it was Token?
Oh, and we never even had the opportunity to rewatch Tropic Thunder.
Oh no, that's
Yes,
right.
that's
Again,
so
another movie that will
amazing.
never be
A
made.
movie
Let's do
that
that in,
cannot,
film.
under any circumstances,
No,
and
no.
many people have already
Let's
said
do that
this.
next week. And then
It
But-
should be made again.
But legitimately,
I'm good
you
for
can never make a film like Tropic Thunder today.
I wish they could.
There's no,
So good.
at least in Hollywood. At least
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. It's so good.
Oh man, that movie just brings back a lot of memories. That's peak comedy of the 2000s. Just no shits given. Like, was it controversial to some people back then? Sure. Did a lot of people end up finding it funny? Yes.
Yeah, it's true. There's another 2010 callback.
And now you have to neck yourself.
But no, so to really answer the question, is 2000 to 2010?
Kind of embarrassed that I actually fell for that.
Is it? Did you fuck up, Liam?
It's like
Liam,
I was
All right.
like, okay, if
But,
it goes on for like
you know,
2 more
is it-
seconds, it's gonna
is
be
it
really
actually
awkward.
the best era?
I saw
or-
your hand and I was
They're
like,
not
is
listening,
he gonna do
Liam.
something? And then I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing.
It's okay.
Liam, what are you doing?
Yeah. So do we think that the 2000s to 2010 do we believe that is an era where it was better, or is it just nostalgia? Really, you don't have a lot of input apparently because
I just don't remember all that much from my childhood.
Right, yeah,
but
I
looking
understand.
back on it now, like knowing the era of the 2010, the 2000s. Absolutely. The music sucked, but
there was some bad music, but there's
it was
still
better
kinda
than this.
disagree.
It was better
I
than
kind of
today's
disagree.
music.
There was some great music around that time.
There's a lot of great music
I-
around that time.
I basically hate anything after 1990. So
All American
to be
Rejects,
fair.
Move Along, pretty great.
but I mean, but some of the good movies we got was I believe the Batman trilogy, the Christopher Nolan ones were in the
Yeah, it
Oh
started in
my
the early
God.
2000s.
Yeah, I think 05 was the first one. Then Dark Knight was in 07, and
Yep.
then Dark Knight Returns was in 09.
Dark Knight Rises was in. Oh man, I can't say. I gotta figure that
It
out.
doesn't matter all too much.
Yeah.
But like the. I feel
So
sick.
were the 2000s a better time, or is it pure nostalgia?
I think overall,
Yes.
yeah, no. I mean, from a lot of standpoints, right? You know, like comedy was just allowed to be comedy.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Good storytelling was allowed to flourish.
I also think kids were just allowed to be kids because
and-
I don't remember politics
Yeah,
invading
no,
me. I
all-
don't remember other like all of this
Absolutely.
nonsense invading me. I was allowed to be a kid. I was allowed to go play outside with my friends. We were allowed to go throw
We
the
said the
football,
Pledge
shoot
of
each other with
Allegiance.
airsoft guns. It was fun.
We said
was
the
a-
Pledge of Allegiance.
It was simple. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
simple.
You know, but no, I think overall it is, even though we didn't get to experience it as adults, you know, we got to, I think experiencing it as children was still phenomenal, right? But I just wish that we can consistently have eras like that where, you know, politics is not the most important thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not involved in every facet of our lives.
Oh my gosh.
That we're allowed to just be human.
You don't need
Yeah.
to-
No, dude, no, seriously, no. Kids should not be involved in politics because, number one, they're kids. They don't know any better. They don't know how the world works. They only know what their parents are telling them. So what they shouldn't be able to make a decision on politics in general. But number
Yeah.
two, like, just let them be kids. Like, I remember growing up, I didn't give a crap about George Bush. I didn't know who was the president around my time. I didn't really give a crap about the Obama stuff. I was still growing up. I didn't care about any of that stuff. I was allowed to just be a kid and have fun as a kid. Watch the cartoons when
Yeah.
I would get up on Saturday mornings, go outside, play with my friends, go to school, have a normal life, and then I was able to form my decisions when I became an adult and when I actually was able to wise enough to form
I
decisions.
think the worst of it when we were a kid was probably when it came to politics was just Nickelodeon just going really hard on having Michelle Obama.
Well, Michelle Obama
involved
ruined school lunches for
on
me.
on
That was
their
the only
channel.
thing. That was the
What
only
did she do
political thing.
again?
Michelle Obama ruined
right,
school
yeah.
lunches.
What does she do? How did she ruin school lunch? I don't remember.
She
So-
changed the whole like dietary thing involved.
So-
So now they just became so much crappier after that.
Yeah, so she started.
I
she
remember.
she started getting stuff passed to put like healthier foods into schools,
Oh.
and it started messing up the school's budget so much that they started like decreasing portion sizes.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
it was bad. It was really bad.
Well, that's bad.
Good job, Michelle.
That's bad.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.